Of course, the weather today is just gorgeous. Looking live at New London here. It may have you thinking about summer. It looks like summer down that way. And the summer makes us think of summer vacations. There's so much to do, though. You book the tickets, find the hotel, and some of the other pretty important things that you need to do you may have overlooked. So we have some help. Dr. Paul Skolnick is Chair of Medicine from UConn Health. He's here to talk a little bit about the travel clinic that UConn has as well that you may not know about. Good morning to you, and thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
First of all, what is the travel clinic at UConn?
So we actually have two locations, one in Farmington and one in West Hartford, and they're meant to help people get ready to travel, to protect themselves against some of the health issues that can arise during travel or after travel.
And not everybody thinks about this. Is the not so fun part of traveling.
Right.
So what advice would you start with? Is you're just, hey, I just booked that trip to a safari in Africa. Now what?
So think ahead, plan ahead, try to come see us 4 to 6 weeks before you travel.
Okay.
Certain places, certain destinations, you'll need to take some vaccinations.
Right.
Take pills with you, and we dispense a lot of advice on how to stay healthy and avoid getting sick.
This sounds like a must stop if you're going to take certainly an exotic trip.
Exactly.
But even once closer to home, you never know what you're going to run into. What other advice can you give?
So the first thing is to know whether you need any vaccinations or special preparations. You can go to the CDC website, cdc.gov, and that'll give you a quick idea about whether you need to see a physician or not, or you can call us at UConn Health and we can tell you. But if you do need that advice, if you do need the vaccinations, then you certainly should take the time to come and see us.
Absolutely. We're looking at that website that you mentioned now. There's a lot to know, isn't there? And, it really takes talking to a trained professional, an expert in this field, to really make sure you have your bases covered. The last thing you want to do is be away and then you realize, oops, I didn't think of that.
It's true. I mean, many places don't have the kind of health services we have here. We go from the exotic to the mundane, so if you're hiking and trekking up the Himalayas, or if you're going to the Caribbean or some other resort kind of town, we'd like to have the opportunity to give you advice, what to do, what not to do, how to protect yourself. If that is certain dietary restrictions, being careful about what you eat, if it's protective clothing, going out at certain times and not others to avoid mosquito bites, those sorts of things.
Making sure you have enough medication and the right medication, and then have a plan B in case you lose that medication.
Precisely. And it sounds trivial and it sounds easy, but it's not. And if you're not used to doing it, some advice from an expert can really help you make sure your vacation is a fun and happy one.
And if people want information tailor-made for exactly what they plan to do in the next few months or beyond, can they come to the travel clinic? This is open to anybody?
It's open to anyone. You can call us at 860-679-2411 and we will help you. It's very important to print out an itinerary so we know exactly where you're going. Risk will vary based not only on the country but the city or the province where you're going. So that's a very helpful thing to have when you come visit us, and we'll make sure you get all the right vaccines and whatnot. Yellow fever is one that if you don't have that properly administered, and we're one of the few licensed places that can give that, they won't even let you into the country. So you want to make sure you have everything in order.
So check out UConn's travel clinic. Dr. Skolnick, this is really, really important stuff. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
And bon voyage to you if you're lucky enough to be traveling.